But hi, everyone. My name is Jazz, and welcome back to the very, very long awaited episode of Maybe It's Me. It's been almost 2 years. Like, 2 years of me just like not talking, not doing my podcast, not editing, nothing. I feel like I've just been in a very long fog, but I kept saying to myself, like, okay, I'm gonna do the podcast. When I get up the podcast, I gotta do this. When I get on the podcast, I gotta do that. And it's just like I gotta stop saying when and just do. So this is me just doing, just trying, even though I am currently fixing my mic and everything sitting, just so everything's sitting perfectly. Y'all ever just get a mic and you're just sitting here like, girl, like, are you in there? Like, are you in there? Hold on. Let's see, y'all. Let's see. What you see is like me turning it like a million times and then it's like it gets stuck. But I feel we've all. So I feel like it has been a long time. So let me catch you up on everything. The last time you guys spoke to me, it was in August. We were still talking about like Bravo celebrities and Bravo and reality TV. We're still gonna be doing that today, but not the whole show. You know what I mean? Baby steps. We will be back. There will be a different format for this, but I'd rather not talk about it right now. I'd rather y'all just see it. So, where have I been? Let's see. I ended up graduating college in May of 2024. Then I went to DR. Um, just kind of fast forwarding a few things. I no longer live at the apartment place that I did live at when I was doing Maybe It's Me. I ended up moving out of there. My partner and I are engaged. We've been engaged actually over a year now. This is my ring. She's beautiful. I love her. I also have to get my nails done. I digress. What else? I've been honestly just in TikTok, Instagram, Substack. I ended up actually getting some brand deals because of all of my internet stuff. So that has been really cool. Nothing crazy, but just like I've worked with Red Bull, I've had Garnier send me stuff. Like it's been very cool and I've been very blessed. I also started my whole media house called Talk of the Town. They actually gave us a whole, hold on, let me actually just show you guys. Because when I saw it, it was crazy. Oh, they gave me a sign. Oh my God. Oh, so I actually got that when I went to Gainesville for the Big Crafts and Arts Festival. That was back in April. And we did do interviews up there. We interviewed Casey Jones II, Chuck Strangers, Kelly Moonstone, Pink Seafood, excuse me, and many more. So I was very blessed to interview all of those artists. It was wonderful meeting them. I even got a few interviews and I was just yipping and yapping. But anyway, we'll be going back to Gainesville. Love Layla and the entire big team. Please, if you have never been to Big in Gainesville, go. Time of my life. I had so much fun. But yes, back to Talk of the Town. I've been doing Talk of the Town with my friend Nicole since October of 2025. So we've been doing this for like 6, 7 months now, which oh, I heard it as soon as I said it. But I love working with Nicole. She's a photographer, she's doing video, she's just 10 out of 10. Like we have so much fun when we work together and when we talk to people and just knowing that people in Orlando love whatever we do. So it's just nice to work with her and have like a flow because it just feels like a giggle and a laugh every time we work together. We have both been so busy since Big that we haven't been able to afford like really put our all into Talk of the Town as much as we would want to. However, summer's around the corner and we already have some things planned for that. So just stay tuned. But we're not going to talk about Talk of the Town today. We are going to be doing a lot of current events, just kind of getting just getting to know each other again. I'm not the same person I was when I was doing this podcast back in 2024. In fact, I feel like I've done a lot of growth. I feel like it's a lot of reflection and also like a lot of fear has just like left my body. I feel like I was so afraid of just being judged and being looked at and being perceived by people that now I'm in this place where I'm just like, okay, well, if not now, when? If not me, then who? And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's that. But yes, let's get into the topics of the day. All right. So I just wanted to start off with just talking about this weekend. I For all of my Bravo TV watchers, reality TV, television, pop culture people, we will be talking about Summer House, Southern Hospitality, Real Housewives of Rhode Island and Atlanta. All that's going to be in later of the show. There will be timestamps so you guys can go to those. But that's all I wanted to tell you. Now, so this weekend, I just have to start off with this. I went to Volcano Bay with my family. It was beautiful. I had a wonderful time. Came home, ate some fried rice and some shrimp from Mikado's, sushi, and then I watched game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. We're not going to talk too much about the finals itself. That entire series was just consistent of watching Shea, Gillis Alexander, and OKC try to defeat and take on Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. To which I have to say, SGA looked like a shell of himself by the end of game 7. He's just, you look at his face and his face, he's just like this. Like, it's just nothing's there anymore. Like, his spirit has just been demolished by Wemby and the Spurs. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize it until I watched a few more clips from the series. Like, even early on, San Antonio won, SGA and OKC straight to the locker room. No dapping up, no congratulations. Like, it's given real life beef. And speaking of beef, Alex Caruso, you know what you're doing. And that's why you're on your way to Cancun. Because Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper single-handedly, not single-handedly, because honestly, there's so many people that played a part in this. One be Julian Champagny, Dylan Harper, and Stephon Castle, just to name a few. Oh, and De'Aaron Fox was there. But the chemistry between Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle is just beautiful to watch because the way this man, let me just watch. Let me just show you guys because y'all not gonna get it. I'm gonna share my screen because this guy, man, I swear. All right, let's look here. So you see how Caruso brought him down, and then you see Castle's looking at him like, "Oh, you knew what you were doing." Like, bro. And then here he is. Dylan Harper coming to the rescue to save his pal because he's like, "Buddy, this is the Western Conference Finals. We're not losing this. We're not losing this game. Nobody on our team is going to be ejected. No one is going to be fouled out. We are going to win." And that's what they were doing. That's what Dylan Harper was thinking about. He has great conflict resolution skills. And I said this. I said this in a video last night. Fantastic conflict resolution skills. He was doing whatever it takes to not go to Cancun. He doesn't want to go to Cancun. He wants to allegedly hold the NBA Finals championship. And I mean, as a Knicks fan, do I think it's going to happen? I don't want it to. But regardless.
The ball and then shove the arm.
He made the ball, and then there's a little bit of a shove at the end as Castle is on the ground here.
Just
There, and
just trying to be funny. And Alex Caruso was trying to be funny because even later on, after this, Caruso goes and tries to smack the ball out of Stefan's hand during the game at one point, just trying to rage bait him because OKC is losing and he's just sticking on him. Like he's trying to get a foul against him. So him or SGA could shoot a 2 point. BS. Get in the field and play. You're over here trying to do WWE moves on another man, and this is not cute. Go to AEW, go to WWE, go wrestle for the summer if that's what you want to do, Alex. But you're going to be in Cancun, so it doesn't even matter. Now, another thing that I wanted to show you guys, and I don't know why, it's just honestly, that whole scene really grinded my gears because, bro, why would you sit here and throw him down and then feel away and be like, oh, like, come on, what's the big deal? Alex, if that was you, y'all would have tried to fight. I I don't know. It's just boo him, boo that man. I need to add a boo audio to this section here on Riverside, but we will be doing that another day. Another video that I want to show you guys. This is my favorite. I don't know what it is, but I really truly enjoy Dylan Harper and Stefan Castle. I enjoy their relationship. I think it's really I just love the like how locked in they are. Like they are very serious about winning this series and eyes on the prize.
11 from the field here in the fourth. Caruso banks it in.
mistake by Harper.
And Penny misses the three. Harper cleans up. And Mark takes his final timeout.
Do you see the way they embrace each other? Like Stefan is grabbing. This was my favorite part of the game. I don't know. I love them on the team together. It's like me and my bestie playing basketball. Like I didn't think that was gonna. I didn't even think Champagne was gonna make that in. And you know who was there to save the day? Dylan Harper. Pop, you're gonna have to give this boy an extra 5K, 10K, 20K bonus. Slip him something underneath the table. I don't know, like money. But yeah, he needs a bonus for what he was doing in this game. I don't care. He If I was Dylan, I would have been like, I take Zelle, I take Apple Pay, I take PayPal. Shoot, if you really know me, it was so good, girl. Girl, you might as well ask him if he take Venmo too, please, 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 please. Like Dylan Harper, excellent work. Obviously, Wemby was the MVP, but why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be? So that's all I really have to say about the Western Conference Finals. And I was sitting here, like, minding my business, really minding my business. Let me see if I can actually pull it up. Because after the game was over, OKC won, and their score was from 111 to 103. 111 to 103. When I tell you, SGA looked like somebody was going to take him out back, and but yeah, that's what I saw. So I'm online, gardening outside. Um and I go on Twitter because I was trying to find this exact clip of Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle like holding each other's jerseys. I was trying to find that on Twitter because I'm thinking someone would make a meme of it. I should have just recorded it. That was one of those moments, but it's fine. I'm gonna watch it later. I have NBA week, so I get online and people are talking about Jay-Z at the Roots picnic, yada yada yada. Let me actually go to the real tweet that I saw because I think I ended up retweeting it because I was like, what are we talking about? Oh, that's okay. Let me actually get to the I gotta open my Twitter for this one, and that's the bad part. I had to take my talents to Twitter last night because that's how desperate I was. And I saw this clip that Kirk Wright 79 tweeted about Jay-Z at the Roots picnic, which I forgot Jay-Z was gonna be there. And we have a lot of clips to look at this for, so we're gonna be here a minute. Um, hold on. No, Twitter, I'm not gonna pay for verification. I don't believe in that. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Let me Yep. They said is it sharing? Oh, okay, I think it is. Kirk Wright 79 said Jay-Z took out those hair tusks and said, and it's the video of everybody jumping that girl, like trying to jump that girl, and she was Molly whopping. And so I saw that and I was like, what is he talking about? So obviously I do my research and then I start seeing this stuff.
Mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is? Another one fumbled his wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth, and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery game.
I saw this and I know everybody here is gonna roll their eyes when I say this. I was like, who the is he talking about? Why did it take me until this morning for me to realize, oh, he's talking about Dame Dash? Oh my God. I was like, Sean Carter, like, what is the problem? What is the beef, brother? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I was I'm just gagged right now. Like I don't know. So apparently Jay-Z decided to comb out his hair last night and get on stage and just empty the clip. Empty the clip. He talked about everybody. Talked about Tory Lanez. Uh, let's actually watch the whole 3 minute clip before we even go into this, and then we'll talk about it after.
You had to catch Kyle and thunk it. Was you who punked this? I'm the one who strung the pain. That hill you can die on. It's way too much flack that comes from those planes. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I still on you suckers, I'm mauling you niggas gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a beat to even say my name.
And Isaiah J is so funny. Content creator Isaiah J said when he showed this clip on his page, he was like, I wish Beyonce came out and started singing, say my name, say my name. I fell out. I said, oh my God.
You ever heard of a wonder kid? My children is some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get understand? I really get understand. As unharmed player.
And that, if you don't even know that story, back in 1999, JC allegedly, which he's now admitting to crimes on stage, Kanye, he's admitting to crimes on stage because you wanted to talk about his kids. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Um, so Jay-Z went on stage and admitted to stabbing this man on that he used to work with and literally was in the club and was like, you broke my heart, and proceeded to shank him. Like, how he did all that, we will discuss that in a separate episode another day, okay? But close to maintain. Oh, let's see. And hold on. And so my my Riverside's acting funny, y'all. Hold on. Okay, perfect. But yeah, basically Jay Z stabbed this guy in like 1999, and I'm actually gonna pull up the article for you guys because I had it in front of me for the longest time because I couldn't believe, Jay Z, why are you admitting to stabbing this man now after how many years? His name is Lance Un Rivera. So he's like a film producer, director, and he was a record producer as well as like a music executive. And so on December 2nd, 1999, Rivera was allegedly stabbed by Jay Z at the release party for Q Tip's album Amplified at the Kit Kat Club in Times Square. The Kit Kat Club is no longer there. This incident happened over alleged bootlegging of Jay-Z's album Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter, before the release on December 28th. And in 2001, October 2001 to be exact, Jay-Z pleaded guilty to a third-degree assault charge and was sentenced to 3 years probation. Which then Rivera claimed in 2023 in an interview with DJ Glad that Jay Z falsely took responsibility for the stabbing and said that the rapper didn't commit the crime towards him. And apparently in 2025, Dame Dash alleged that Jay Z stabbed Un because of a girl by the name of Charlie Baltimore. So yeah, that's a lot of information, but that's also a little tidbit of what Jay was talking about. So he talked about Dame Dash. Another one fumbled this. Wonder how I got the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out the mouth, and somehow I'm the one who did it. Actually, and he like goes on, like he talks about Tory Lanez, and then he said what he said about Tory Lanez was your son. Oh, he's actually talking about Tory Lane's dad because he said your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You will never know what he's doing. He will never know what he's doing. And then when he's talking about Dame Dash, he's saying niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who done it. There's a murder mystery game. You had the cash cow and thunk it. What? You will pump test? I'm the one who strung the pain. The hill you can die on is way too much flack that comes from those plains. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I still owe you suckers. I'll Marlowe you niggas gang. I ain't care much for meeting no more how much I ain't. Oh wait, hold on. I ain't much for meetings. No how. Cancel the brunches. I remember the hunger pain. Crowd went crazy for that one. The price of the bricks going up is gonna cost you a B to even say my name. You ever heard of a wonder kid? My children is some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin. I really get under skin. Ask Un how I'm playing. So yeah, and then he said, "Y'all thugs with thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. Talking about Kanye, you're no man, and watch how sane he act in my presence. Niggas shrink. I need a new therapist. This shit not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think." All right, and then he said, "This nut ass niggas." He's talking about Chino. That chatty patty still down on his luck again. Quest introduced me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him. I was like, okay, buddy. And then he even talked about Nicki Minaj, talking about that lady back on that stuff. She sound like she in love with him. Her can't even take their kids, enough of them. All right. Well, you know what? And you can just watch the rest of the clips on social media. But yeah, Sean Carter was not playing with none of them. Not Jaguar Wright, not Dame Dash, not Tory Lanez, Nicki Minaj, even Drake. at the end. He talked about Drake at the end, and he just basically says, "I was never a fan of you. You were a fan of me." But this is all after Jay Z said in a previous interview, battle rap. He said he's like over battle rap, or battle rap is over because it gets dangerous. And I guess he was just like, you know what? Never mind. It kind of reminds me of that Drita meme where it's like, I know they say violence is never the answer, but yes, it is. That's basically what Jay Z is saying. So eh, that happened, and then academics is saying that he let Tory know what Jay said, and apparently there's going to be a response on the way. That's, I guess, is what's going to happen. Let's see if anybody else responds, and I will be here with my ears to the streets and for us to talk about it on here, because there's just some topics that it's like I kind of have to talk about this, and I can't just talk about this in 3 minutes or less on TikTok or Instagram. And that's why I started doing this show, because to be honest, I had to talk about this. It was just so much. Oh my god. So let me see. Sorry, there was something else I had here. But listen, my takeaway from the Jay-Z part, it completely made me forget about the Western Conference Finals and the fact that the Knicks are going to be playing against Wemby tomorrow. So that was a nice little distraction. Um, do I think, is it a, maybe it's me, maybe it's Jay-Z's the problem, maybe it's Drake, the problem is this. Everybody need to get back in the booth, or they need to get on stage and do a freestyle. That's it. That's all I want to hear. I don't care about guns. I don't care about stabbing. I don't care about fighting. I don't care about none of that. I want everybody to get in the booth. Everybody got to get in the booth. Everybody got to fight in the booth on over a beat, and that's it. The only person who I don't think has any leg to stand on really. Actually, you guys tell me below. Who do y'all think don't really got a leg to stand on? Because do I think Jay Z was like really killing him? Like, no, I think this was just like this is what I can do. Play with me if you want to, and I can always appreciate those. So yeah, in the court of maybe it's me, uh, I find Sean Carter's response not bad. Carry on, get these people working. I need everybody in the booth. I need music coming out this summer. Lotto also dropped an album, and that was about falling in love with 21 Savage and having a baby. And I think the biggest takeaway I took from that album was maybe I was expecting a different version of Lotto. I was expecting like a, the Lotto that's like very much outside, very much getting money, things like that. This is just more talking about her settling down, which I think is for the real yearners, the real lover girls, the real my man, my man, my man, my man, my man ass women and people that like to be in love and have a baby and a family, and that's perfect. Was I expecting Lotto to sound like Future on an album called Big Mama? Unfortunately, I was. Yeah, I was. I don't know why I thought that, but it's like she has a photo of her with the belly. Yeah, okay, I'll take it. It's fine. The one thing I will appreciate about Lotto is everything leading up to the pregnancy. Mm, I liked it. I like the YouTube videos. I like the behind the scenes of each of her photo shoots, behind the scenes for her song Business and Personal. And even my friend said it while when Lotto was pregnant. She put in the comments, she said, put it in your music. They're gonna pay you regardless. And that's how I feel. So And Lotto also said in an interview with Nadeska when she called it her retirement album, she was in postpartum and she was just like, "This is how I felt in the moment. I don't feel that way now. I'm probably gonna put out new music in like a week or so, or she's gonna be going on tour. So she has her good days, she has her bad days. Oh wait, she didn't say she was gonna put out new music. I made that up. I'm sorry. That was me paraphrasing. But she was saying like am I had good days, I had bad days, and the day I put out that tweet about the retirement album, that was a bad day. Postpartum depression gets everybody. And that's my theory on that. But congratulations to Lotto. I'm glad that she had a very healthy pregnancy. You know, obviously she had a girl, and I will be shocked if that baby's name is not named Chanel. And I'd be okay if she never showed us her kids. You don't gotta show us nothing. But the one thing I do know, there's no way you're not gonna go on tour. You're not gonna put out music ever again. Like you've been working for 10 plus years. I just don't see that. So I'll play you some of my favorite songs from the album because I did like it. I thought it was nice. I thought it really, I thought it was a good song. Oh, she made all these singles. Oh, she made a few of them singles. Hostage is a single. Yes, it is. It is a single. It is a single, child. Let's see which ones that are like on that. Yes, this is what I wanted. I wanted more like this. That's what I wanted. I wanted 15 songs of that. Why did I need 15 songs of that? Because that's the era of my life I'm living in. The next one I really did like Need Love 2 featuring Sexy Red. I thought that was a Guys, the bitches need love too, need love too. Bad bitches need love too. Yeah, we do. Yeah. So, let me ask. Love too. Rich bitches need love too. Guys, the bitches need love too. Bad bitches need love too. Real bitches need love too. Anyway, I can only play just a little bit of songs. And then Daddy's Girl Interlude. I loved that song from Lotto. I feel like that answered a few questions about her relationship with her father. I enjoyed that as well. What else? And I did like Get Money Girl.
Hey, what you think about this? Money, girl. Get money, girl. Go get you a bag, sis. Get you a bag, bitch. Go get a bag, sis. If you a bad bitch, I'ma get money.
Anyway, so those are a few of the songs. And then I did like the Business and Personal when it first came out. I do like Get Out My Face featuring Glorilla. And I also like the beginning of Chrome Heart. I like the beginning. I like the chant and the beginning beat. And that's where I cut it off. And then a song that was very intriguing to me was Hostage. However, there's a line that 21 Savage said on there that I wasn't really feeling it. We're not gonna talk too much about it because I don't want to really give it that much energy. But where is it?
Catch up, nigga, you stuck on Deja. Which is a bitch, but I be in the hood so much. She calling me Trayvon. My hood hoe making me grits.
He said that, and I replayed that twice because I said, "What did you just say?" So yeah, didn't really like that. That's how I felt. But that was Lotto's album. Happy for her. I hope she had a safe pregnancy. I hope she enjoys motherhood. But I hope she takes her time with getting back into her routine. Like she even did the interview with Nadeska at her home because she was not ready to leave her baby, leave any yeah. So I respected it. So congratulations to her and her family. I hope they enjoy that beautiful blessing. And then Next up, we also have Love Island USA Season 8. If you know me, you know I love to do Love Island recaps every single night. I technically started my recaps, I think, on like maybe like 2 weeks into Love Island USA becoming a thing. And then my TikTok and my Instagram started blowing because I started making the videos every single night after the episodes. So, am I gonna do something like that where I just talk about the episode on here and then clip it up for social media and just tell everybody to go listen to the podcast about it? Maybe, maybe if I have enough time at 10, if I have enough energy at 10 o'clock at night to get on here and talk about it versus getting on live and talking about it, um, I would probably do that still. Um, just it just has to make sense because regardless, whatever like this is live streaming right now, I'm going to literally take this and make clips out of it and then just post them. That's my plan. So yeah, but anyway, Love Island USA season 8 contestant Vasana Montgomery has been removed. Removed from the cast literally days before the June 2nd premiere. And we were just introduced to Vasana like several days ago. I found out probably on Friday night that Vasana was saying the N word and being racist, and I actually watched the clips yesterday when I was at Volcano Bay and I saw them and I was like, oh, you're saying the N word. Like, how is Love Island production? How is it that regular people that have nothing to do with the show, anything like that, are able to find this information about Vasana, but Love Island producers couldn't? And then it's clear that these are my two theories. Because there's just no way you guys are still not doing enough research on these people. All right. Gabriel and Kenzie and the Trump thing. I'm gonna let they let Austin walk in and out that house all season last year. I'm not holding my breath for them. But for them, when it comes to this N word and that nigga, like, come on. She was saying it multiple times. Like, bro, just because in case y'all didn't see it, hold on. Where is it at? Why can't I find these clips of her being racist? Hold on. I'm gonna find it right now. Hmm. See, I got Go Big Mama in my head now. Go Big Mama, Go Big Mama, Go Big Mama. Mm-hmm. Oh, here it is. She's so funny, though. That's Asana. So, and then in case you don't know what Vasana looks like, let me actually help you out here. Where's that photo of her? There's so many different photos of her. So let's look at this one, the Love Island USA one. Which, by the way, I feel like they did her. They took her photo. This is Vasana, the one that said that that's no longer in the show. They took her photo way better than they like Anaya. We're gonna get justice for you. This is so Annie Leibovitz, Simone Biles, Vogue 2020 cover coded. Like if you know, you know. But but Trent, like Trinity, gorgeous, gorgeous girl, you know. But anyway, I think all these women here are beautiful. I just think the photographers just got to do better about the way they do things. Anyway, yeah. So if Hassan is out, and I just need to know like how are y'all vetting them? Like, how are y'all knowing, like, oh, this person is good enough to be on the show, and they're not recent? Like, how are y'all doing your background checks? This is just so interesting to me. But now, if she's already out days before the premiere of the show, I don't even know what they're gonna do. But it just already tells me that season eight's gonna be crazy. Like even today, we got introduced to Kenzie, who's also known who's also getting grief right now because she was allegedly a Trump supporter. And I'm saying allegedly because I just saw one clip of it. And so I'm gonna say allegedly about everything. Basana, though, I will say she was definitely removed because of those N-word posts. But yeah, here's Kenzie.
So amazing!
Like she's
So amazing! I feel all of this excitement in my veins, like it's pumping. Yes! I'm Kenzie. I'm 24. I'm a nurse from Kennesaw, Georgia. I literally just graduated the day before getting here at Kennesaw State University. Yes! I graduated from their nursing school. And I'm also a nanny. These two little cute girls, I eat them up. I love them. They're just cute little babies, you know? I used to be a competitive dancer, so every morning I wake up, literally do my split. Like, it gets rid of so much stress. If you just express that groin and lay, you will feel amazing. Do it right now. Really do feel like I'm this big lover girl inside. My parents are still in love, and it's beautiful how their marriage has grown. It's been 30 years. I want that kind of love. I was in love once, but I've been single now for a year and a half. I'm so starving for some boy. I'm getting hot.
so I think she's gonna be the wild card of the season. She's either gonna get voted out within like the first 2 weeks, or she might make it all the way to like top five. But what I do know for sure, she would have done numbers as a Casa girl, but her coming in as an OG Islander will be very interesting to watch. I will be looking forward to that. So, but yeah, if you are watching Love Island USA or you plan on watching Love Island USA, let me know, DM me, and also make sure you guys are following me on social media. I didn't even 42 minutes in, and I'm just now saying that, like, oh my god. But anyway, let me see. We're also going to talk about, because speaking of reality TV, like we're just gonna talk about everything now. So we're gonna talk about my hyperfixations of the week because since we're already talking about reality TV, Love Island USA season 8. I'm ready. I'm sad. I'm ready to literally get in front of this mic and talk about it ad nauseum with anyone. So that's what I'm ready for. Real Housewives of Rhode Island. New episode tonight. I think it's episode 10 is tonight. When I tell you I've been having so much fun at Rhode Island, it really is the show that just keeps on giving. It is truly just such a great show, and oh my god, it's really like old school housewives to me in a good way. Like we got one husband who is just absolutely 100% cheating on his wife. So much so to the point that both him and the ex-mistress are suing each other because she went against the NDA and she's countersuing him. But also, she was taking photos in the wife's home. Her name is Rula. Rula is the wife. Brian is the husband that's cheating, and the mistress's name is allegedly Beth. And Beth is Instagram mutuals with Joelle and Tiberi, who is also on the show because she allegedly stole her sister's boyfriend. But Jen and Gary said that they like kissed and he like touched her boob in like 8th grade. So it's this thing that like, oh, Joellen went after her sister's boyfriend, which she always said like, oh, I was in 9th grade when I saw Gary. So yeah, I thought he was hot, and she chased after him. That's my favorite girl on the show. I'm so sorry. Like, she's funny, she's brass, she's very honest. She can't cook. She has a complicated relationship with her mother. She was made for TV. Joe Ellen, let's go. Like, I love her. The only thing is, with all of my favorite housewives, I do have to critique them when I feel like they are being a little unfair. And I feel like the only time Joe Ellen's being unfair is when it comes to Rosie. Rosie is also another housewife that she's former newscaster. She allegedly slept with a basketball coach. She allegedly got fired because she slept with one of the higher ups at her job. And she says she quit her job because she had colitis and didn't want to work there anymore. And she has her own production company, her own show where she highlights small businesses. She making her money that way. Her husband is an entrepreneur, does multiple jobs, real estate, singing. He's a Frank Sinatra performer, not an impersonator. He's very sensitive about that. Rich don't like that. Rich and Rosie have been married for a year. She doesn't want kids. Rich sounds like he might want those. That's going to be a conversation seasons from now, because if Rosie's very adamant about not wanting kids and Rich says that he does, I have seen this story before. I don't think it's going to end well. But the person that keeps talking about Rosie's transgressions and rumors and like if Rosie breathes too hard, you know who's there to always make sure she's there to tell Rosie to shut up or spill more truths about her. Kelsey Slam Pig Swanson. Yes, she is. Who is Kelsey Slam Pig Swanson if you don't know? So Kelsey was with her boyfriend for 10 years. He's a very rich guy, comes from a very prominent family in Rhode Island. If you are from Rhode Island, then you know the judge named Judge Frank Caprio. Excuse me. Allegedly, Kelsey dated his son for 10 years, but allegedly, his son has a girlfriend in Miami 5 months out of the year that he goes sees. And Kelsey says, "Oh, like I'm the main girlfriend. Like I stay in Rhode Island, yada yada yada." Like, and allegedly they broke up 2 years before she started filming this show. Which he's letting you use the house, and you guys have been broken up for years. But then allegedly on the show, she broke up with him on the show because she realizes he's not going to give her what she wants, which is monogamy, to be a wife, and to have a kid. He doesn't want to do any of that, mind you. When she was 19, he was like 46. No, he was like 46 because Liz says she's 56. So, yeah.
My.
Sorry, that was Trinity. But she says they have an age gap. And if you don't know how I feel about age gaps on here, what does a 19-year-old have in common with a man that's 30 something years old, 30 plus, 40 plus years old? You're 46 years old. What are you doing, this 19-year-old? And I can't believe that doesn't come out of Kelsey's mom's mouth at least once a day, unless he was using some of that money to help her family, which I can understand that. But yeah, so Slam Pig Swanson broke up with her boyfriend and she's been mad as hell about it. And also just mad at Rosie's existence. Rosie is married with her own house, family, career, and Kelsey just feels like everything about Rosie's life is a lie. And even so much so to the point where she's giving her backhanded compliments and then acting like, well, I was complimenting you. And it was like, nah, it's not really a compliment. Like you were being a jerk and you know that. And Kelsey won't own that, which I feel like is my only issue with Kelsey. But other than that, I like her. I think she's funny. I think she has so much gall, so much audacity. Like it's she's very fascinating to watch. Like I definitely do think you guys should watch Rhode Island. And that's just to name a few people. And we haven't even talked about Alicia. Alicia ran a woman over and said it so casually in her confessional that the producers was like, "Wait, what did you just say? You ran over a woman?" She's like, "Yeah, I did do that." I love her. But anyway, we'll talk about Rhode Island tomorrow. We will talk about Rhode Island tomorrow. I'll do a separate because now I'm like not alive talking about that. But anyway, so that's one of my hyperfixations of the week. Real Housewives of Atlanta. It is a hyperfixation. However, I'm not caught up on this last episode. We will talk about that as well tomorrow. I just, it's just so hard to watch Atlanta a little bit because I cringe out bad, 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 bad when it comes to Kelly and this Portia fight. Like, it's just not happening. But Atlanta is really good this season. I think everybody on the show is working to some extent. Like, whether it's on their businesses and each other's nerves. That's just one or the other, you know? Everyone's saying that K Michelle is not ready to be a housewife. I just hate when people are being vague. Like, stop being vague. If you're mad about it, then be mad about it. Like, this is Housewives. But I think that's also a reason why I was just so confused when we found out that K Michelle was going to be a housewife, because it's like, girl, you're not, you don't really like these people like that. Like, I don't think you're ready to be around a group of women like that, especially after the experience you had on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Because I understand why that show traumatized her. But also, what have you done within the last several years since that show? Like, how have you worked on yourself in terms of that? And I also feel like we know too much about K Michelle and her situation. We know too much about K Michelle. We know too much about what her and her man like to do in the bedroom. Like, I, I I'm not king shaming anybody, but I just think, like, if you're mad about Portia and Portia dating your man, and you being like, oh, Portia said, I don't know how I end up with people's men, which, Portia, if you said that out loud in front of a man, that's so insane. And Phaedra saying in the confessional, yeah, me and Portia have dated the same guy before. And I told her that she's literally dating someone that I used to date. And the producer was like, okay, well, how did Portia take it? And she was like, I don't want to talk about it. I want Portia to talk about it. And Phaedra starts laughing. Anyway, I need you guys to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's an important show, along with Southern Hospitality, who is having the best season they've had yet. I love the season finale. I can't wait for the reunion. We can do a Southern Hospitality episode as well. I think I'm gonna probably do one and then post it the day of the reunion, and just kind of see if I could do 4 seasons of Southern Hospitality in one episode. And if anyone likes to listen to it, listen to it. So yeah. And then going into all of my all of the podcasts that I've been listening to. Like, obviously I have my own podcast, but I am someone that has listened to podcasts for years, that, you know, I listen to religiously, day by, like, every day I listen to. So here's my list. We have Bravo We're Black, So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey, Bitches Better with Raven James, and we also have Snark Bait, Morally Corrupt, and those are the ones that I listen to for reality TV recaps, pop culture. I also listen to Dose of Morning Cheese May as well. I really do like their content, love their work. I think everything that that team is doing over there, chef's kiss. Like, they stay on top of socials, everything, podcasts. Go give all those people a follow. So Bravo We're Black, So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey, Bitches Better with Raven James, Morally Corrupt with Rachel Lindsay, and Morning Cheesemate. Oh, and Snark Bait. I really like Snark Bait, and I love all of these. Like, so it's specific, especially like Bravo We're Black and Bitches Better and Morally Corrupt. And I do like to listen to Ryan Bailey. Those are like my top four like reality TV people that I'm like actively listening to. And especially, like, if I live in Florida, so it's like I do 30-40 minute drives at least several times a week. So I will listen to Ryan Bailey like on my way to work, on my way coming home from work, on my way coming home from an event late at night. Like, if I just know I need a comfort ride home, like, I'm gonna put on any of these podcasts along with Jaden XD, The Friend Zone, The Read. I like to listen to on my way home. Like, these are all podcasts I listen to in my car and in my shower. Like, if I'm doing a task, I was listening to Morally Corrupt, Bitches Better today while I was cleaning my bathroom. I would have listened to it while I was washing dishes, but I was actually listening to the Renaissance album. But yeah, that is just about everything that I have for you guys today so far. It's 54 minutes. We've been talking this long. I can't believe I'm actually talking by myself like this. Um, what to expect from me and where to find me. On social media, you're just gonna type, well, on Google, you can literally type in JAZZENAI, and I come up, and you can just find me everywhere. You can find me on Instagram at that same name. Uh, TikTok, Substack. Please support me on Substack. I love writing about pop culture and politics on there. We will probably dedicate the podcast and Substack to more of like the newsworthy stuff, and then I definitely more news, politics, and things of that nature. And then TikTok and Instagram is just me talking about pop culture and Bravo and reality TV and television. Like that's where all that lives, but it also lives on Substack and it also lives on my podcast. And so yeah, eventually there's certain topics I do want to talk about that I think I might end up creating a Patreon and then just uploading those videos on there so you guys can just have the full unfiltered version of it. But yeah, guys, that's kind of all I have today. Please follow me on social media. Please support my Substack. If you are, is literally $5 a month if you want to be a Substack subscriber. And I have a lot of paid, I have a lot of different paid posts on there. I have one basically about the West Coast and some geographical psychology I did for that. And then as well as me talking about like Haiti and the history of Hispaniola and why Haitians are considered Latino. That's a long overweighted, like that's a long overly due long awaited Substack post that I have been wanting to work on for several years. I also want to bring someone on that would have more information about that. So, yeah, that's all I have. Thank you guys for listening to Maybe It's Me. My name is Jazz, and you might always sit there and wonder, is it me? Am I the problem? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's not. I don't know. See you next time.